Hey, what's up, guys? This is Brian from Whisper Status 74. I am in Myrtle Beach at my in-laws, and I have done some videos on my two older HD TVs. And one of them you're looking at right now is a Samsung Touch of Red. And I've been watching them for the last couple days. What's amazing to me is that they don't exhibit any of the flaws of modern LEDs. Right now you're looking at Big Hero 6. This is the end, and as I'm watching it, I just paused it. This aspect ratio is the black bars, and they are completely black. There is no blooming on this display at all. Now, I know it's not an edge-lit LED, it's an LCD, but I think this is why so many of you that upgrade from LCDs up to LEDs struggle with what you see with 4K modern LEDs. So I was on complete center right there, dead center. Now I'm off angle, and even the LCDs of the past didn't lose much off angle. But even those black bars, guys, are pretty dang black. I'll show you the projection LCD in the other room. Now, that is pretty amazing when I'm watching a TV from 2006 and it's completely black. Oh. So there's the screen, right? Now that's not completely black, but as far as blooming, there isn't any. Now on a modern LED, there'd be blooming. Now this is even on the camera, so as I'm looking, you don't see any blooming at all. So hold on one sec. So back again as the movie is playing, on my own display, you would definitely see some blooming into the black bars, and here we are. And off angle, very little color loss. That is amazing. So again, this is why I think so many of you, when you make your jump to 4K, start seeing some of the flaws, whether it's the edge lit bleed from a few years ago, blooming on some of the newer displays. This is why so many of you are in shock. I watched Big Hero 6, which is a full screen movie, and it was awesome to watch. The colors popped. This display isn't super bright. I doubt if there's 400, 500 nits from back in the day, the LCDs, who knows how bright they were, but it was plenty bright. The motion was great, and what a great experience. Nothing was distracting me. Now we're going to go into the other room and look at the projection LCD, which has a full screen movie in there as well. Hold on one sec. Now this is the projection LCD in the other room, the Sony Grand Vega. Now we are on a projection LCD. This is the menu for 30 Days of Night off their cable provider. And again, no blooming. This is on camera. Now these TVs are definitely not as bright. They do diminish color-wise off angle, but again, blown away by the picture quality of it not having the issues that our modern displays have. Now, in my opinion, the reason a lot of that is simply because of how thin the displays are, how bright they are, and I think HDR has really brought a lot of the flaws to light with how bright they get. But just really amazed that these displays don't exhibit it. Here's a pause scene from that same film, 40 Days or 30 Days of Night, I think it is, and there is zero blooming in the black bars. I mean, those are black bars. You can get, if I get really close to them, you can actually see they're a slightly different color than how black the actual darkness is. But there is no delineation between the black bars and the picture. Now, this film is also, this scene is very bright. There is no blooming outside. I mean, that's amazing. If you want to get really close to projection LCD, you can actually see the screen effect from back then, and off angle, the projection LCD actually hangs in there okay. But check out the black bars, guys. Now, I, for one, find it absolutely and completely distracting when things bloom into the black bars. I never cared at all about black bars. I hated that they even existed. But the fact that these displays from 2004, 2003, and 2006 exhibit this really shows to me that we're heading in the wrong direction of what's really important to us. Yes, peak brightness and all those things have become super important. So I guess what I mean is, as I'm away on vacation, typically I miss my 4K displays. Typically I miss the content, but I've been sitting here watching some animation, watching a movie like this film, which was never really clean film, not a bad movie, but I'm not turned off by the image. I'm literally just sitting here and totally relaxed, not looking for the flaws that I would see in my the current displays. Now I know I'm geared towards looking for the defects, having a YouTube channel, but so many of the things that I find distracting with all the displays that I've had in the past, the defective ones, the highest end ones, higher end than the ones that I have now, I do understand why the blooming and some of the artifacting is so damn distracting and takes me completely out of it. So even back at the Samsung with this no signal screen, you know, again, no blooming here, and you know, very little loss, and that's a pretty black image. Now where you do see clouding with these displays is when all this is gone for a minute and you can see a little bit of patchiness, but not during content, which really blows me away. I mean, really amazing to sit back and watch these and be surprised at them. And even on the on-demand screen they have here, it's still very clean. I mean, no dithering, it just has that clean image, no blooming around where it says Showtime. Now here though, there is a little bit of blooming you can see in the corners, but still not as much as a lot of modern displays. The picture is just as crisp at 1080p. Now the blooming you see here though isn't as evident as it is on this camera, but I'm still surprised at the picture quality of this older 1080p LCD, to the point where if movies were just for film, there could still be the argument that you're still fine with the 1080p LCD or plasma from back in the day, as the picture quality still looks amazing. Now, as you go off angle here, you can see the black bars are well lit up, at least in this particular scene, but that's actually scene by scene with this.
And don't let Joe, I don't even know where Joe is. He's going.
So even in a bright room,
Sorry,
right?
we're leaving you. It's the best time to talk and we leave you.
That's how bright that is. This Samsung LCD from back in the day hangs in there, and I've just been very, very happy with the picture quality. Now I am slightly biased, these are my old displays, but I was just amazed at how the lack of blooming and color on these displays really holds up. Now the projection LCD is definitely too dim by today's standards. Picture quality in a dark room is fine. During the day it's kind of unwatchable due to the screen, and also the bulb on this one is rather old. But it's just amazing to sit back here and watch this after being in 4K for a few years now, quite a few years, and wondering if we really needed to be there, and if a lot of the marketing has pushed us to, in some ways, inferior products. I love 4K, I love HDR, especially love 4K for gaming more than anything. But for movies, feature films, and shows, 1080p still looks incredible. And this is actually 1080i in the projection LCD. But again, black bars being black, I don't know, it's interesting. So for those of you that are a little bit underwhelmed by some of the drawbacks of current displays, this is probably why. These displays back in the day were pretty damn good and have less functionality than the nude models, but also have don't have as many of the shortcomings. Alright guys, I am Brian from Whisper Status 74, and I thank you for going back in time with me with some 1080p displays that I'm seeing on vacation. These were my original displays, and the fact that I'm on vacation, I don't really miss my beloved 900E or my projector. Do miss my games though, is a testament to what Samsung and Sony did quite a few years back. Alright guys, thank you as always, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Take care.